Dominique Wilkins had almost everything. Dude got his name in the history books, was a dunk champion, had battles with icons, got his number retired in a statue? What else could you want? Oh yeah, an NBA championship. People will tell you the real reason Nique never won was the Lakers passing on him to draft James Worthy, but that's not it. This video explains why Dominique never won and which player is the perfect comparison today. Hey, it's Casey. Welcome to another Feature Friday on AM Hoops. We're doing it a little different. This is the perfect comparison. If you guys like this video, we will do more just like it. Hit subscribe for 5 videos per week, but today's video is sponsored by mybookie.ag, and they've asked me to pick a couple of games for you guys, but I want you to know, this is just for entertainment. This is just to have fun. If this is a more serious deal for you, I want you instead to go to ncpgambling.org. But otherwise, enter the promo code AMHOOPS right down here. It's not exactly obvious, but if you enter it, it will double your deposit. So here are my 2 picks for this Friday. The first is the Pelicans +10 at the Lakers. I know Lonzo Ball is not playing in this game, but Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram are, and the Pels are still double-digit dogs. The fact that LeBron James and Anthony Davis are listed as questionable, plus the fact that the Lakers have been slightly worse at home this season, means I am taking New Orleans. Pick number 2, I'm sticking with the LA teams. The Clippers against the Sacramento Kings. I'm taking over 228.5. And this is gonna get a little nerdy, but bear with me. According to the SDQL gurus, who are all about analytics, the over is 9-0 when the Clippers are a favorite with less than 2 days of rest when it lost 2 straight against its opponent. Well, that is the exact spot they're in right now, having lost 2 to the Kings. Okay, on to the video, and actually Nique did win a ring in Europe after washing out of the league, basically. He won a title and MVP at 36 years old in Greece. In the NBA, though, he never even made a conference finals. The closest he got was 1988, taking the Celtics to a Game 7 in the second round. That game was kind of his career in a nutshell. Insane scoring, not a lot of help from his teammates, and awful defense. Look, I'm not talking trash about a legend here. That's just who he was. Dude scored like 30 points a game with 7 boards in his peak. His dunking and athleticism was before his time. In his latter years, Nique became a great shooter. Who the hell hits just 2 threes all year his rookie season, hitting 18%, to 112 trays in year 13 at 39%. One of the greatest offensive players ever. He was traded to the Clippers at 34 years old, a slap in the face from the organization he thought was home. Then he signed with mediocre teams, the Celtics in 95, the Spurs in 97, the Magic in 99. Contending teams said no. The reason was his reputation. Dominique Wilkins was looked on as a flashy dude who prioritized his own stats above winning and didn't play much defense. But even his teammate Doc Rivers joked that Nique always knew how many points he had. Quote, "Nique, how many points you got?" And then Wilkins would respond without missing a beat. 37, but I'd have 39 if they called that foul back in the second quarter. The truth is, late in his career, contending teams didn't think that kind of player would help them win. So that is the real reason that Nique never won a championship. But what about the player that is the perfect comparison today? Well, here's a list of guys that have been compared to him in the past. First guy, obviously, Vince Carter. Wilkins was actually the 3rd best dunker behind Vinsanity and Michael Jordan. Next, Tracy McGrady. Hall of Fame individual talent, never had great teammates to win it all. This is a closer comparison, but the perfect comp today. At one time, a top 5 scorer in the league, best player on a 50-win team, doesn't play great defense and never won a chip, Carmelo Anthony. I mean, they may score in different ways, but career and stats-wise, Melo and Nique are nearly identical. So here's the fact that makes you go,
Things that make you go,
Nique, 25 points a game, 7 boards, 3 assists. Melo, 24 points a game, 7 boards, 3 assists. Efficiency, Nique, 46% from the field, 32% from downtown, 81% from the line. Melo, 45, 35, 81. The next comparison is the reputation. We already broke it down. One of the best scorers in the NBA who doesn't play great defense, never surrounded by elite talent. Melo's best teammates were Russell Westbrook, Damian Lillard, Paul George, Amari Stoudemire. That's actually a better list than Dominique. Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis, Antoine Carr, John Battle, Spud Webb, Mookie Blaylock, and Moses Malone past his prime. Both players' lack of elite help really hurt them in their respective conference. Nique played in the golden era of the East, while Melo played his early years in a stacked West. In the 1980s, you had the Bad Boy Pistons, the Dynasty Celtics, the Dr. J and Moses Malone Sixers, plus the young Bulls were coming up. Melo had the Dynasty Lakers and Dynasty Spurs in his way. Both guys' reputation is a selfish scorer on a mediocre team, but neither is a bad dude. People love both Melo and Dominique. They're easy people to root for, just not the best player on a championship team. But the unfortunate reason that Melo is the perfect comp is why he'll never be a champion. Just like Nique, contenders don't want to take a chance on Carmelo Anthony. You may call the Oklahoma City Thunder a contender at the time, but they were unproven and lost in the first round. I mean, think of all the years LeBron James had nice things to say about his friend Melo, but never signed him to the Cavs or Lakers. And we all knew that LeBron pulled the strings. If he really wanted Melo, he would be there, but it never happened. It got so bad for Melo, he was out of a job, healthy, for a year. Nique refused to not play, so he went to Europe rather than sit out. Unfortunately for Melo, he will never have his jersey retired or get a statue like Wilkins. Fans in Denver still kind of hate him for all the drama before the trade to New York. He didn't have enough success as a Nique, then he became a journeyman. Nique, on the other hand, went to college at Georgia before the Hawks traded for him on draft night. He played parts of 12 seasons there, so naturally, no player will wear number 21, and he got a statue. Melo is in the era of player empowerment and hadn't stayed in one place to create that kind of legacy. Some people claim that Nique would have demanded a trade if he played in this era, but I disagree. His ties to Atlanta run deep. There are great in-game dunkers today like Zach LaVine or Aaron Gordon, but they don't have the Hall of Fame individual talent of Dominique Wilkins. So I think career and stats-wise, the perfect comparison is clearly Carmelo. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.